Usual, what's going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we got another video here by penguinz0, aka Charlie, aka Moist Critical. So yeah, we got another video here by penguinz0. This video is called "Is Chainsaw Man Movie Good?" So as we guys know, Chainsaw Man, a season created, I think it came out 2023 or 2022, somewhere around those lines. A really good animation series, really fun, really vibrant. It was everything that we needed. But yeah, let's just jump in. Let's see what penguinz0 has to say about the movie. Never watched the movie, by the way. I never watched that movie and the Demon Slayer one. I need to still watch those two movies, but I'm waiting for the HD version to come out on the internet. But yeah, let's just jump in. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think, and of course, let's jump into the video.
When I review a movie, the typical process is this. I'll go see it. Immediately after finishing it, I come home all giddy, full cocked, ready to just spit out all of my thoughts. And like Rene Descartes said, I think, therefore I am going to review this movie. I do it immediately, so everything is all fresh in there. Everything that I cook up in this wrinkly sack between my ears. And I post it pretty much immediately. All within like 30 to 45 minutes of seeing a film. And yesterday I saw the Chainsaw Man movie and I really liked it. But I didn't post a review. And Stream picked up on this and started asking why, because it's pretty uncharacteristic. And the reason is because we actually have an official collaboration between our soap company Cheeky and Chainsaw Man. So this is available now.
That's why he reviewed it, for the money. Ah, come on, bro.
Have a Chainsaw Man movie inspired line of new Cheeky scents. I was a bit...
let's move on. Because he made a soap. I think Moist Critical made a soap.
With this partnership in mind, I was worried people would think by me reviewing this film that it would be biased or unreliable, and I'm only glazing it because
you have a collaboration
together with the property.
Bro, of course he's gonna glaze it because he is working with the property. I wouldn't blame him. I would do the same too. They're paying you and they're giving you promotion. It's like a win-win for both parties. Why wouldn't you glaze it?
But the more that I squatted and stewed on this, and from Stream Chat last night, I really just want to yap about the film. And I feel like over the course of the, 8-ish years that I've been reviewing movies and games, I think it should be pretty clear by this point that it doesn't really matter anything outside of, the actual product itself.
Please, who's he trying to virtue signal to? Bro, do it for the money. Don't make excuses. One thing I hate when people try to act like, oh no, yes, they're paying me, but I'm gonna do an honest review for you guys. Come on, do the bullshit review. You don't have to make any excuses. Do it, bro. Come on, because at the end of the day, you're getting some coins from Chainsaw Man. They collaborated with your soap, so fuck it, man. Why would you don't have to explain everything sometimes, especially if you're making content, you know?
I try not to take anything else into account when just spitting up my thoughts on something. So even though we are officially partnered with Chainsaw Man, I'm still going to give you my very honest review of the movie. And I do that for everything. So even if my dad made a passion project film, if it's a pile of dog shit, I'm gonna let him know that is some stinky trash, it's just gonna be how it is. Now in the case of the Chainsaw Man movie, there is nothing stinky about it. This film was fucking extraordinary. And I said this last night, it has been an incredible year for 2D animated feature films.
Bro.
Pretty much back to back. We got Demon Slayer Infinity Castle and now the Chainsaw Man movie, which I think is right up there with it. I think this movie was so...
The Demon Slayer movie, everybody has been commenting about it. Everybody has been saying it's one of the top tier movies that everybody has ever watched. People really appreciate it. People really love it. For me, never watched it, so dude, I'm still waiting for the HD version. I don't know if the HD version is out, but I'm one of those people, especially when it comes to anime movies. I give it some time. I don't just jump into it, I give it some time, So I don't want to just jump into it and get my expectations kind of destroyed. And plus I was out my country. So, in Africa, once you're out of South Africa, bro, it's very difficult to find a cinema. And where I was at, there was no movie cinemas, no movie theaters compared to here where we have a plethora, more than 50. We even got IMAX, so... yeah, it's just crazy, man. But yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check out Demon Slayer soon.
Good. So let's go ahead and dive into the spaghetti and the meatballs here. So this is a whole arc condensed into a single movie. And I was a bit skeptical at first because I always thought when it came to something like this, you'd need multiple episodes to build up and care about a character that gets introduced. So that way it actually matters and feels meaningful when big things happen.
I'm thinking about the Jujutsu Kaisen movie when they introduced that other character, that guy with the shape shifting Jujutsu Kaisen, the movie on Netflix. That guy with the black hair, and then he has like the strongest cursed energy. I feel like sometimes it just needs a movie, man. Maybe an hour to 2 hours. It would be really good content. That's something which we really need.
But I have really come around on this arcs as movies direction that the industry seems to be going. I think Demon Slayer's done it really well, and now Chainsaw Man has proven they can do it really well. Reze is a character who gets introduced.
But again, Chainsaw Man is MAPPA, bro. Jujutsu Kaisen is also MAPPA. So I think they've also achieved a great success, in the previous movies. I feel like as well, MAPPA has learned plenty with the other shows that they've done, especially Naruto. So, they've learned a lot.
In this film and develops throughout this film, and by the end, you do care about the character. I think they do a really good job at setting that up. I think they hit the emotional beats very well. I also think this is a film you can see even without watching season 1 of Chainsaw Man and still understand what's going on. I wouldn't really recommend doing that because you miss out on so much.
No, don't do that. That's a stupid thing. Like, why would you do that? Like, you've never watched Chainsaw Man, now you're watching the movie. Chainsaw Man is one of those animes, especially if you're an anime fan, you got to watch it. It's really good.
Fucking much. But if you have a friend or a significant other or something that maybe wants to go see it with you, I think they can without being lost, and they can still really enjoy it.
No.
And this film comes in two very different halves. The first half of this film is setting up Reze in this emotional arc, as well as Denji and his conflicting feelings, where he's in love with Makima. Makima has his heart, but Reze is someone that's showing like genuine romantic interest in him, which is, something he's never experienced before. So now he's also falling for Reze. So it's this back and forth of like these feelings he shares for two different women, and it's, really weighing heavy on him. It's stressing him.
Lol, he's saying all these names. Meanwhile, I forgot every single character. I only remember Power, like how hot she was. I think Makima is the girl with the pink hair, right? Am I right or am I wrong? And Denji is the main character, right? I forgot the names.
And he's going on dates with Reze, but thinking of Makima, but really liking the time he spends with Reze. So the first half is really building that up and getting you to care about Reze. And I think they do a good job. The first half is very much like a slow burn, where it is a lot of slice of life going on. And it's really done, like it's detailed. I
love slice of life. I mean, if you can have a good show with good slice of life, I am there. I mean, I was watching Haganai. That was my shit. Just stupid, plain old people in school, high school, just chilling. That is my fucking show, literally.
My least favorite genre
or Noichijo. Like, I loved Noichijo.
Anime. But in here, and maybe it's because of the time constraints of the movie, they're able to do slice of life without having it feel like it drags on or overstays its welcome. It feels like every single slice of life moment is there to build up this relationship and get you sold on this character, Reze. And I do think there are some people that will find that boring. In the same way where Demon Slayer had a lot of flashbacks to tell a story that people apparently didn't like that much and kind of tuned out, I didn't have an issue with it, but a lot of people didn't like all the flashbacks. This movie doesn't have any of that. There's no flashbacks, but instead they do all of that, fleshing out of these characters in real time across the movie. So actually maybe people will find that more appealing. Okay. But I just do think that there's a chance in the first half of this film where it is very, mundane tasks that Denji goes on, like little dates with Makima and Reze, where people might find it to be uninteresting. But I think it's important to understand that without all of this character building and giving all of that time and attention to actually making people invested in the story and characters, all of the action and all of the beautiful mayhem in the second half would have felt a lot less meaningful. Action without a good story and good reason for it feels flat.
Terrible. Yeah.
And in this film, that is not the case at all, because they spent a lot of time and a lot of care building everything in the first half. So then the second half, it feels like an even bigger payoff watching it all unfold. Something else I feel people might bump on is, if you're not super familiar with Denji as a character, maybe you would be put off by how highly sexual he views things. So when he's conflicted on his feelings with Reze and Makima, he pictures them in lingerie type thing, and he sees two sets of boobs, that kind of thing.
Oh,
Though I would
no.
say in the context of the story,
Dingy is honestly a man of the culture. I like that. No, that is too funny. Like he's a cultured man.
the real reason for that, Dingy is a guy who has experienced nothing but misery and agony his entire life, and now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's turned
He's
around
got the
for him,
putang.
where he is like having friendly interactions with people, which has never happened, and now women are actually showing interest in him, which he never even thought was possible in the first place. But it turns out that these women are actually just using him.
Yeah.
He is very easily manipulated because of how little experience he's ever had in his life. So they use like sexual shit as a way of controlling Dingy and grooming him. So it does like make sense in the context of the story. But I do think that some people might be put off by that. Anyway,
No,
though,
I mean it's smart, because Dingy has a really strong power. That chainsaw ability is very strong, and at the same time, it benefits all parties. Win. It's not like it's Dingy doesn't benefit from being around Makima. He benefits so much, So yeah, it's not.
let's talk about the second half, because I think this is where everyone is going to be losing their fucking minds, throwing popcorn, and how hype it was. Because the entire second half of the film, the fights with Bomb Girl are just incredible. Once Bomb Girl is introduced, once she comes into the fold, it is from that moment till the credits roll, fighting. She fights Aki, she fights fucking everybody. Fucking civilians she starts throwing hands with. And Dingy is teaming up with a shark fiend named Beam, and he rides the shark into battle with his chainsaw, like, wrapped around him. Like, the chainsaw blade, that is, like, wrapped around him. It's so fucking cool. And not only is Bomb Girl fighting everybody, but she actually has a tag team partner named Typhoon, who, from the name, you can probably guess, has the ability to basically controlling, like, the weather and, like, a typhoon. And it's just so chaotic and so fun. It's super, super hype. Also, big shout-outs to the music choice here. I heard Maximum the Hormone come on during one of the fight sequences, and that was a joy. I have not heard Maximum the Hormone in, good lord, who knows how long. But when Maximum the Hormone track started playing, my god, it was time to lock in. That's what Dankin said as well on stream. It really is super hype. The entire second half action is breathtaking. It is so, so good. I will say, though, when Chainsaw Man is, like, directly fighting Typhoon, like, actually in the mega mix deep in it, since Typhoon is just, flinging so much shit around, there's a lot happening visually. Chainsaw Man's riding Beam, this fucking giant shark in there, there's a lot happening.
That's awesome.
It can be a bit visually cluttered at times, but I don't think it ever reaches a point where you don't know what's happening and you can't see the action. I think it does a really good job of keeping everything, like, digestible, where you can easily tell what's going on. Yeah. I just think when it gets to the Typhoon, like, towards the end of Typhoon fight there is so much that happens that it does get a little muddy, but never to a point where it was like, what the fuck is happening? I just wanted to mention that there is a bit of clutter there with Typhoon in particular, towards, like, the final section there of him fighting Typhoon.
Like, what do you want? You want them to fight or not? Like, come on.
But overall, I think this movie was great. I really, really liked it. And hopefully you don't think that this is just a biased perspective on it because of our partnership.
It is.
I am very excited by the cheeky Chainsaw Man collaboration. Like I mentioned, it's out now. All of the soap smells amazing, and I'm very excited, very happy to be working with them. But that plays no role in my thoughts on this movie. If this partnership didn't exist with Cheeky and Chainsaw Man, I would still have the exact same feelings on this film. So, yeah. Anyway, that's really about it. So, yeah.
Okay. That's about it. I need to watch this Chainsaw Man movie, like, for real, for real. I feel like it's one of those movies that I need to kind of, like, jump into. I feel like I never, because I don't know why I never jumped into it. Like, I need to do that. I need to do that. Like, really soon. Probably I'll do it, I don't know. I'm lying to you, because I want to rewatch the whole season. I'm, like, on my rewatch phase. I rewatched Attack on Titan for the third time. After Attack on Titan, I rewatched, what's that other anime? Dorohedoro. I rewatched that. Naruto, not necessarily rewatch, but specific moments in the arc I was watching again. I want to rewatch Jujutsu Kaisen. I want to rewatch. I rewatched One Punch Man, but only season 1 because season 2 was ass. And I also want to rewatch. I also rewatched Demon Slayer because I didn't understand what was going on. But yeah, yeah, I still have a lot to watch. Anyways, you guys tell me what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and of course, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.